Alright, upon self-realization and request, I'm going to make a rules video because I checked back on the footage of the first video which was supposed to explain the rules and it didn't. Lovely. So now I'm going to have to make a rule video. Good job, past self. Then again, who am I to fault for that? I made that video like a month ago. Then I only uploaded it now because I found the footage and got my laptop back, so I can. But yeah, it's totally not my fault. Anyway, so along with set 1, which I will take cards from to explain the rules, because in mine and many others' opinion, set 1's like the beta, like the test for the game. It's still part of the rest of the game, obviously, but it's just that the cards are more tame in comparison to everything else. Like, most of the cards don't have effects. The spell cards are way more OP than the monsters. I mean, creatures, sorry. And, yeah. The rares are just terrible in this set. Not all of them, anyway. He's good. 2 of them got banned because they're just so good, and all my friends kept complaining they're too OP and whatnot. Also, we have these packs, which me and the real It's Raving Raptor TCG are going to be playing a game with. And I will be opening some of the packs today at random. 1 Divinity Rises and 1 Into the Dungeon, which is like set 1, no, sorry, set 2, and that's set 4. Like, there are 4 sets. Like, I've had a lot of free time over the months where I haven't been uploading, so there are, 4 sets, plus 3 star decks of 15 cards. So, yeah, that's 446 cards, because one of the starter decks had 16 cards. And then there are also the 4 promo cards, which maybe I'll show later on. They're pretty cool. I think they're pretty cool anyway. And there's also the 3 tokens that I made. So, 446 from the cards that are actually playable, plus the extra 4 promo cards. That's 450 plus 3 tokens, 453 cards that I've made for my game. And, you know, I don't know about you, but that's pretty admirable. I've made hundreds, no joke, actual hundreds. Well, maybe not hundreds, that's maybe 20, 40 different games of my lifespan of a game as a gamer. And some of them were pretty bad. Some of them were just straight up carbon copies of Yu-Gi-Oh! But this one, I've committed a lot to it. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Anyway, I say we get down to business. Let's just put that down there and get the cards. Right, so don't think you know this, but you start by picking 15 cards. Let's just pick some really good ones, because I love me some good cards. The preference that people go for, 3 of every level card, so 3 level 3s, 3 level 2s, and 3 level 1s, and 3 level 4s. Level 4s are kind of like the underrated stuff, because like, they're all terrible. They're all randomly shuffled as well, because I was going to make some level 1 packs, but then I said, no, can't be bothered. Wait, I'm just going to have to count those? Yeah, let's just pick some cards. Alright. Hopefully that's 15. I'll have to count it right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Of course, I took one too many cards. Typical. So I'm going to ditch this one because it's not that good. Alright. So, after you've got your 15 cards, of course you need to find somebody to play with. When you're me and you have no friends, you really have no one to play with. But if you are lucky enough to actually have friends who would be interested in playing a card game with you, you know, I'm sure that's impossible. That's unheard of right there. You would start the game with 1,500 health points each. Now, yeah, you have 1,500 health points, and the aim of the game is basically to get your opponent's health points to 0, or by using an effect or condition which allows you to automatically win the game. I think there's only one that allows you to automatically win the game by an effect, so most likely the first one. So, at the start of your turn, you pick 3 cards. Let's just pick. And then you roll a dice. Nope. 3. So, I think I explained this in the first video, but it kind of works like one number lower, and that's what you can summon. So 1 and 2 can summon a level 1 creature. If you roll 3, that's level 2 creature. If you roll a 4, that's level 3 creature. If you roll a 5, that's level 4 creature. And if you roll a 6, that's level 5 creature. Like, it was kind of unintentional of me, but I made all the level 5s kind of like the best in the game, right? Which is kind of unfair, because it's a chance whether you summon level 5 or not, so it doesn't matter. Like, you know, if you understand what I mean, if you get a 5, you have an equal chance for getting a 5 as a 4, but if you get a 6, which is a level 5 creature, that's going to be better than a level 4 creature, even though you have the same probability of getting them. So, that was unintentional, and my bad, but I'm too late in the game to change the rules now. Well, I'm not. I could just change it to a D20, and then I'd have to rewrite tons of cards effects, which would waste time, but heyo. Anyhow, so I rolled a 3, so I can summon my Devil Boy, who is level 2 creature. All the blue ones are 2s, and yellows are 3s, and 4s are pink, and purple is 5, and 1 is green. But anyway, so after that, I would end my turn, and it would be my opponent's go, who would also have their pool of 15 cards, but because I cannot be bothered to pick another pool of however many cards, I'm just going to use the same pool. So, let's just say, those are the cards that they picked. And then you'd roll 2. So, they would get their creature as well. To be honest, these are the highest attacking level 1s and level 2s in the game. For the first set. I mean, for the second set, and third set, and fourth set, there are much stronger cards that are these levels. Anyway, if you didn't know, Black Lancer Apprentice only has 100 attack and 75 defense, whereas the Devil Boy has 200 attack and 200 defense. So, if battle were to happen and the Devil Boy, or Black Lancer Apprentice for that matter, would attack and do battle, Black Lancer Apprentice would be killed and be sent to the crypt, and the person who controlled Black Lancer Apprentice would lose 100 health points. And that's kind of how battle works. If Black Lancer Apprentice was in defense position, for example, and it was killed and sent to the crypt, that player would not take any damage because it was in defense mode. And it was defending. It didn't mean any harm, okay, guys? It didn't mean any harm. So, yeah, after damage, this is called damage calculation when damage is dealt, obviously. So, some cards say before damage is dealt, do this effect. That means before you take the damage, or damage is dished to the opponent, use this effect. Anyway, so, after his creature's killed, he can't really do anything, so it's our turn again. We've got our nice cards out, our Devil Boy. So we would then roll again. There we go. Lovely, we rolled a 4. So we summon, or cast, the Great Library, which is a spell card. You can tell it's a spell card because it doesn't have attack or defense, and some spell cards have the infinity symbol, which means it's a continuous spell card. It will stay on the field even after you cast it. And Great Library reads, you can roll twice per turn. Now, here's where a little ruling comes in. After you've picked your cards at the start of your turn, you cannot change the cards you've picked. even if you summoned one of them, you can't, like, replace them with cards from your pool. So, even if I get to roll twice, which I'm going to do so now, I can't change any of those cards. A 5, right, so I can summon my Black Hole Gang. Anybody who knows what the Black Hole Gang is, props to you. So, now I have my 2 creatures out. Then I will attack for 500 damage, because the Black Hole Gang has 300, which is alright. It's not the best, it's decent, and 200. So, he's taken 500 damage, putting him on 900. Anyway, any other clarifications I need to do? Oh yeah. Affected cards, like status effects, like from Pokemon or Magic, you know how like, they have, no, not in Magic, I don't think, maybe they have status effects, I don't know, I'm just too dumb. There are a few status effects in set 1 that I can remember that are on cards. Some of them are in one of the starter decks, some of them are in set 2 and 3 and 4 and so on. So, wow, there are only 2 cards that do starter effects in this set. That's kind of dumb and stupid. Right, so the Great Infernum, which means Great Hell, yeah, Infernum is Latin for hell, and Blizzard Queen, both have effects which deal status effects, like Blizzard Queen. All cards your opponent summons are inflicted with chill, and chill stops them from attacking for 1 turn. So, if Blizzard Queen was out and my opponent summoned this Devil Boy wouldn't be able to attack for 1 turn, so he'd be stunned for a turn because, you know, he's cold. He can't move. And the Great Infernum, on the other hand, is a continuous spell, and it inflicts burn to all creatures summoned after cast. So after it's activated, all creatures that are summoned from now on are inflicted with burn. And burn decreases the attack and defense of affected creatures by 50 for each turn. And each turn means at the start of the turn for this card. So at the start of each turn, all affected creatures lose 50. I didn't write that on the card, which is kind of my bad, because when I play that's brought up some confusion. I believe that is all the rules, so yay, time for some fun. We get to open some packs. Lovely. I didn't write on the packs, but in each pack you get 5 cards, because you only need 15 to play. And you're guaranteed 1 rare each pack, and 4 commons. There isn't any higher rarity than a common. Maybe in, like, set 5, ooh, I'll make a higher rarity, but I don't, like, it's really weird to me. Like, I understand that you need rares and commons, and maybe uncommons, but some TCGs, I'm not calling them out for it, but it just strikes me as odd. Because in some card games, like, you get your commons, your rares, your uncommons, and maybe a rarity high, like ultra rare or something. But then you've got some where, like, there are so many rarities above that, and it's like, why? There's no point. But, you know, that's just a personal nitpick. Alright, let's pick them at random. I mean, there are 10 Divinity Rises packs and 6 of the other ones, I mean, Into the Dungeon, so, yep, 2 Divinity Rises. I ain't complaining. Divinity Rises, the newest set, and it's probably my favourite set. Set 4. So let's zoom in a bit. And crack them open. Oh yeah, and if you couldn't tell, I obviously spent hours of effort into making these. I haven't, like, my photocopier's not got any ink in it, so I would mass-produce packs at a higher quality rate, but, and, you know, have actual pack designs, but I don't want to, because I can't. Spirit Message T, which is part of the Ouija board, and it cannot be rolled or picked. It's part of the Death, if you couldn't tell. It's like the 4th part. It's like Destiny board from Yu-Gi-Oh!, except it's the uncensored version. Then we have You Activated My Trap card, which is always treated as a meme card, and when an opponent activates this a lightning bolt spell card, which is basically like this game's version of trap cards or instants from Magic, where you can activate them. You play them face down, and then your opponents go, you like activate them if you want. You can activate them your turn if you want, but you know they have better use on your opponent's turn most of the time. Anyway, when an opponent activates a lightning bolt spell card, negate it and kill one card in play. It's very situational. Pickle Rick. That's a very terrible looking pickle. 1 attack, 30 defense, and for each meme creature in your crypt, plus 100 defense. And it's always treated as a meme card, and it's got the flavor text, "Look Morty, I turned myself into a pickle!" Because Rick and Morty, obviously. Then we have Communist Leader Stalin. 200 attack and 200 defense. And this creature is immune to the effects of communism. Communism is a spell card, by the way. A continuous level 1 spell card, which is a rare in set 2. And it basically means all creatures on the field become level 1 no effect creatures with 50 attack and defense. So it's pretty good for him to be immune. And, Psychodoll Ilum. Psychodoll Ilum is a level 4 with 100 attack and defense. And when it's summoned, summon a Psychodoll token to your field. A level 2 token with 100 attack and defense. And you contribute a Psychodoll creature you control to take control of an opponent's creature until the end phase. I didn't realise this until after I made the card. It wasn't a rare before, it was still a common. But I didn't put once per turn, and even then, taking control of an opponent's creature is really OP. So I had to slap a rare on there, which, you know, I regretted because then I couldn't make other cards which I wanted to into rares. Right, second pack, which is hopefully going to have some better cards than freaking Pickle Rick. Honestly. Terrible. And these are random, by the way, if you couldn't tell by the complete displeasure of getting Pickle Rick, because it's garbage. Right. Labyrinth Tank. Mectanian Commander. Yami-Sin Great Moth. Yami-Sin Claws of Sin. No, Yami Claws of Sin. And the rare Divine Sanction, which is basically this game's version of Solemn Judgment. Yeah. It's a lightning bolt spell, and whenever an effect is activated, pay 30 HP, negate the effect, and destroy that card that activated the effect. So it basically is. That was alright, really. I mean, this card's good. The rest of these cards are like terrible. I mean, except for Psychodoll Ilum. Because even if you're not using it in a Psychodoll deck, you still get to take 2 of your opponent's creatures for free. You know, I'm going to have to ban that. It's just too good. And he's alright when in a communist deck, but, you know. Anyway, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed the rules. The rules are very fun. They allow us not to cheat and do whatever we want. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, because it just means I can grow my channel, really. Got 19 subs right now, I think. I mean, it'd be great if we could get to 20 subs. That gives me an excuse to do a subscriber special like Wanted Striker. Good for him. Anyway, goodbye, and goodbye.